Do you know that right now, as you're watching this video, 8 out of 10 Americans over 60 are living with chronic back pain? Not just a little ache that comes and goes, but that stiff, locked-up feeling every single morning. That moment when you have to push your hands into the arms of the chair just to stand up. That hesitation before you bend down to tie your shoes because you're afraid of that sharp stab of pain. And if you're nodding your head right now, or you recognize even a small part of this in your own life, then this video was made for you. Stay with me, because for the first time in a long time, you might hear a different way to think about your back pain. A way that's gentler, more hopeful, and most importantly, something that's actually within your control. My name is Dr. Robert Ellis. For more than 25 years, almost every single day in my clinic, I've been working with Americans over 60, grandparents, retired engineers, former teachers, veterans, people who spent years taking care of their families and their work, and who now want something very simple. They just want to be able to move without fear, to get up without wincing, to walk without wondering when the pain is going to strike. Many of them have already tried just about everything: pills and pain medication, multiple rounds of physical therapy, chiropractic adjustments, massages, traction devices. Some of them have even gone through back surgery, hoping for that one-time fix. But then months or years later, the pain creeps back in, and they end up sitting in my office, often with the same question in their eyes. Doctor, is my back just ruined? Is it broken for good? Let me tell you something clearly, right here at the beginning. There is a very good chance your spine is not as broken as you've been led to believe. In this video, you're going to learn 3 things: why back pain after 60 is not a life sentence, why just 3 simple exercises can often work better than complex programs and fancy equipment, and the #1 exercise, the one that even many doctors and trainers overlook or underestimate. If you can, watch this video all the way to the end. What you hear today may change the way you see your own pain, not as an enemy you're powerless against, but as a signal that your body needs to be taught how to move safely again. In my clinic, there's a sentence I've heard so many times I could almost say it along with my patients. Doctor, I'm old. I guess back pain is just normal at my age. Have you ever thought that? Maybe you've said it out loud to your partner, your children, or just quietly to yourself. One of my patients, James, was 72 when he first came to see me. He was a retired engineer. Very logical, very practical. He sat down in front of me, folded his hands over his knees, and said, "I think I just need to accept that I'll live with this for the rest of my life." Here's the truth. Chronic back pain after 60 is very rarely caused by some dramatic, catastrophic damage that your body has no chance of recovering from. A lot of people get an MRI, and the report says things like degeneration, disc thinning, mild herniation, or bulging. They see those words on paper and they panic. It's over. My spine is done. But when we look closer, we find something interesting. Many people with bad-looking MRIs actually have very little or even no pain at all in daily life. On the other hand, there are people whose scans look almost normal, and yet they are in terrible, persistent pain. So what does that tell us? It tells us that back pain is not only about bones and discs, it's about how your spine moves, how the muscles around it support it, and how your brain is interpreting and amplifying the pain signals coming from your body, people per hour. Your body is a system. When your spine doesn't move enough, when the supporting muscles are weak or poorly coordinated, when your brain has learned, over and over, that movement equals danger. Pain gets louder. The good news is this: if your body and brain can learn their way into chronic pain, they can also be guided to learn their way back towards safety. Modern research backs this up. Large studies on chronic low back pain show that targeted exercise programs focused on movement and stability can reduce pain and improve function more than rest or passive treatments alone. CTV.Viva. Not every study is identical, and people are different, but a consistent pattern appears. When people move in the right ways, at the right intensity, often their pain drops significantly and their daily life improves, not because of pills, not because of total bed rest, not because of expensive gadgets, because of movement. Movement that's appropriate for a body over 60. Movement that respects your age, but doesn't surrender to it. And here's the surprising part. You don't need 15 exercises or some complicated routine you can't remember. You only need 3 core movements, 3 simple exercises, each one addressing a different root cause of your back pain. Taken together, they work like a small biological chain for your spine. The first exercise teaches your spine how to move again, gently, one segment at a time. The second exercise builds quiet, deep stability from the inside out. And the third exercise helps your spine stay healthy in real life when you're walking, shopping, visiting friends, or just moving around the house. If you remove one link from this chain, the results are not as strong. So in this video, we'll go through each of these 3 exercises, but not in the order you'd expect. We're going to start with number 3. Let's talk about an exercise that looks almost too simple to matter. The cat-cow movement. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh, that's just some easy yoga thing, it can't possibly fix years of pain," let me tell you about Linda. Linda was 68 when she first came to see me. She had 4 grandchildren. She loved them dearly, but she felt like her body was holding her back. When she described her mornings, she said, "I feel like my back is locked solid every morning. I open my eyes, and the first thing I feel is heaviness and stiffness." We didn't start with machines or big dramatic stretches. We started with cat-cow, a movement that many people see on a yoga poster and dismiss. 2 weeks later, after doing cat-cow every day for just a few minutes, Linda sat in my office with a completely different expression on her face. She said, "For the first time in years, I woke up and my back didn't feel like a block of wood." So why is cat-cow so effective for many people? Once you hit your 60s and 70s, certain changes are incredibly common. Your discs lose some of their water content. The long muscles that run along the spine tend to tighten and feel rope-like. Blood flow around the spine isn't as robust as when you were 25. Cat-cow is not just a stretch to feel good for a moment. What it really does is teach your spine how to move again, one small segment at a time. In the medical world, we sometimes call this spinal articulation. You're gently reminding each part of your spine, from the neck down to the lower back, that it's allowed to move. Imagine your discs like little sponges between the bones of your spine. When you barely move during the day, those sponges don't get much fresh fluid. They feel stiff, compressed, tired. When you move slowly and rhythmically through cat-cow, it's like you're gently squeezing and releasing those sponges. You help fresh fluid move in. You help reduce pressure. You send a calming signal to your nervous system that movement can be smooth and controlled, not violent or dangerous. Some studies on yoga-based movements, especially those involving controlled spinal flexion and extension like cat-cow, have shown meaningful improvements in chronic low back pain and daily function. particularly in older adults who practice consistently. CTV Viva. It's not magic, it's physiology. You are giving your spine a chance to do what it was designed to do. Now you might be thinking, that all sounds great, but I can't get on the floor anymore. My knees won't allow it. My wrists complain. What then? This is one of the most common questions I hear. Doctor, I just can't kneel on the ground. How can I possibly do these exercises? Here's the good news. You can still capture most of the benefits of cat-cow while sitting in a chair. All you need to do is sit close to the edge of a sturdy chair, with your feet flat on the floor. You place your hands gently on your thighs. As you breathe in, you allow your chest to open just a little. You tilt your pelvis slightly forward and let your lower back arch gently, only within a comfortable range. As you breathe out, you gently draw your belly in, slightly round your back, and tuck your chin just a bit. You're not forcing anything. You're not trying to win a flexibility contest. You're simply encouraging your spine to move smoothly and safely. Even in this seated version, you can reclaim a very large part of the benefit. And for many of my older patients, this is where we start. This is step 1, giving your spine permission to move again. If you're listening to this and you feel like I'm describing your mornings, your stiffness, your fear of bending, take a moment after this video and let me know. Tell me how old you are and where you're watching from. That might sound like a small thing, but it helps me understand who I'm really talking to. It helps me and my team design content that speaks directly to your situation, not to some imaginary average person. Now let's move to the second exercise, the one that goes after something pills can never truly fix: stability. When people have back pain, they often say, "Doctor, I need a stronger back. Give me the hardest exercises you've got." But after 60, the problem is rarely raw strength alone. The deeper problem is usually control. The muscles are still there, but they're not firing together the way they should. It's like having a team full of good players, but nobody's coordinating them. No coach, no strategy, everyone moving at the wrong time. The bird dog exercise looks almost comically easy when you first see it. From a hands and knees position, you reach one arm forward and extend the opposite leg back. Then you switch sides. From the outside, it doesn't look dramatic. No weights, no fancy equipment, no loud grunting. But on the inside, very important things are happening. Research on spine mechanics and rehabilitation has shown that exercises like bird dog can activate the small, deep muscles along the spine, especially the multifidus muscles, at a level that's ideal for building endurance and stability rather than brute strength. Facebook. These are hidden muscles that you can't see in the mirror, but they act like guy wires on a tent pole, helping your spine stay steady when you move. Bird dog asks your body to do something very important. It asks you to keep your trunk quiet and steady while your arms and legs move. It asks your nervous system to coordinate all those muscles around your spine in a calm, controlled way. Some long-term studies on programs that emphasize core stability and coordinated movement show that people can reduce the likelihood of their back pain flaring up again when they stick with these routines over time. Facebook. One of my patients told me after about 6 weeks of consistent bird dog practice, "I don't feel like I've turned into an athlete or anything, but I feel more solid. I don't feel like I'm going to tip or twist wrong every time I step off a curb." That's exactly the goal. Not to turn you into a bodybuilder, but to help you feel grounded, more stable, more secure inside your own body. That's what stability really is. It's that quiet confidence in your movements. Now, maybe you're thinking, hands and knees on the floor again? That's tough for my wrists, for my knees. I'm not sure I can do that. That's okay. Just like cat-cow, bird dog has gentler variations. You can place your hands on a higher surface, like a sturdy table or the back of a heavy chair, and step your feet back so your body is at an angle. From there, you can slowly lift one arm, then the opposite leg, focusing on keeping your trunk steady. Or you can lie on your stomach on a firm bed or mat and gently lift one arm and the opposite leg just an inch or two off the surface, then switch sides. No big kicks, no swinging, just small, controlled lifts. The key is not how high you lift, but how calmly and steadily you can do the movement. You want to feel your body working together, not fighting against itself. This is step 2, building a quiet, steady inner corset around your spine. Now we get to exercise number 1, the one that tends to surprise people the most. Walking. Yes, plain, simple walking. For a lot of people, this is the moment where they instinctively want to turn off the video. Walking? Really, doctor? I've been walking my entire life. That can't be the big secret. I understand that reaction. We've been trained to believe that solutions have to be complicated and high-tech. But sometimes, the most powerful tools are the ones that have been in front of us all along. When researchers compare regular walking programs to specialized exercise routines, hands-on treatments like massage or spinal manipulation, they often find something surprising. Walking, when done regularly and at the right intensity, can provide results that are just as good as, and sometimes better than, these more impressive-sounding interventions. CTV. Viva, why is walking so powerful? First, mechanically, every step you take sends gentle loading and unloading forces through your spine. Remember those sponges we talked about? Your discs. When you walk, you're rhythmically compressing and releasing them in a healthy way. That helps maintain hydration and nourishment. Second, walking is one of the simplest ways to send a consistent, reassuring message to your brain. You're telling your nervous system, this body can move through space. It can carry itself. It's not fragile glass. Third, regular movement like walking has been shown across many studies to contribute to better overall inflammation control, improved blood flow, better sleep, and better mood. CTV, Viva. And all of those things matter for chronic pain. But all of that is just the biology. There's a psychological side that almost no one talks about enough. Long-term back pain doesn't only hurt your body, it affects your emotions, your confidence, your identity. Over time, many people begin to fear movement. They're afraid to bend, afraid to twist, afraid to walk more than a block. Every new spike of pain feels like proof that their body is failing. So the brain quietly writes a message on the inside wall. Movement is dangerous. Here's where walking becomes more than just exercise. When you walk regularly, within a safe and reasonable zone, you're retraining your brain. You're showing it over and over again that movement can be safe, that your body can perform and recover. It doesn't have to be a beautiful trail or a fancy gym. You can walk indoors, down the hallway, and back. You can walk in a supermarket, lightly resting a hand on the shopping cart. You can walk around the block in your neighborhood, on a route you know well. Every step is a quiet statement. I'm still here. I can still move. My body is not my enemy. So how do you put all of this into practice without feeling overwhelmed? Let's start with walking. A realistic long-term goal for many older adults is to build up to about 20 minutes or more of walking, 5 to 7 days a week, at a pace where you can still hold a conversation, but you feel that you are genuinely moving, not just strolling aimlessly. If right now you can only walk for 5 minutes before you need a rest, that is not a failure. That is your starting point. You can build from there. Come back to that 5 minutes every day. When it feels a bit easier, add a minute or two. You can aim to increase your total weekly walking time by about 10% at a time, as long as your body tolerates it. For cat-cow and bird-dog, you don't need to aim for huge numbers. You can start with 5 to 10 gentle repetitions of each movement, once or twice a day. Focus more on how the movement feels than on how many times you do it. On days when your pain is a little higher, you might decrease the range of motion, move slower, or do fewer repetitions. But that doesn't always mean you have to stop completely. Often, a small amount of comfortable, controlled movement can actually help calm things down. Of course, if you have specific medical conditions like severe osteoporosis, recent surgery, pain that shoots down your leg, with weakness or loss of control, it's important to discuss any new exercise program with your doctor or therapist first. Safety always comes first. There's one more piece of this puzzle that you deserve to hear. I always tell my patients, your back didn't become painful overnight. It's not going to become pain-free overnight either. It took years, sometimes decades, of habits, posture, stress, inactivity, and life events to bring you where you are now. So it's only fair to give your body some time to learn its way back out. In many people who truly commit to these kinds of movements, something often begins to shift after about 6 to 8 weeks. Mornings feel a little less stiff. You can walk a bit farther before you need to sit down. You realize at the end of the day that you didn't spend every minute thinking about your back. After around 12 weeks, something even more important can happen. Your brain starts to actually believe the message you've been sending it. It begins to rewrite that old story of movement is dangerous into a new story. Movement is possible. Movement might even feel good. And when that happens, the benefits tend to last. As long as you don't abandon your body again and go completely still, your spine can stay in a much better place. If you only remember one thing from this entire video, let it be this. Your spine is not broken beyond hope. It is not a lost cause. It has simply forgotten how to move safely. And with 3 simple exercises, cat-cow, bird-dog, and walking, practiced gently and consistently, you can help teach it again. You don't need perfection. You don't need to move like you did at 25. You just need to be kind, consistent, and respectful of your body as it is today. You deserve a life where your back pain doesn't get to make every decision for you, and your body is more adaptable than you might think. If this message resonates with you, if you feel like your story has been hiding inside these words, take a moment to let me know. Tell me how old you are. Tell me which of these 3 exercises you're going to start with: cat-cow, bird-dog, or walking. If you'd like more videos that are gentle, science-informed, and truly respectful of your body as it ages, go ahead and subscribe. That way, you won't miss the next time we dive deeper into how to work with your body, not against it. My name is Dr. Robert Ellis. Thank you for spending this time on your own health today. You could have been doing 100 other things, but you chose to listen, to learn, and maybe to take the first small step toward a different relationship with your back. In future videos, we can go into very practical, step-by-step demonstrations of each exercise. We can build out a simple 12-week plan designed specifically for people over 60 with chronic back pain. But for now, just remember this: your spine is not broken. It's waiting to learn again.